Shughuli za masomo katika shule zote nchini zinatarajiwa kuendelea kuimarika baada ya serikali kuweka mikakati kabambe katika shule za umma ili kurahisisha wanafunzi masomo yao. Akiongea baada ya ziara yake kanda ya Pwani, Waziri wa Elimu Magoha ameeleza kuwa kufikia sasa takriban 99% ya wanafunzi wameripoti shule wakiwemo walio na ujauzito, huku wachache ambao hawajaripoti ni miongoni mwa wale ambao wako karibu kujifungua ujauzito au wamejifungua hivi karibuni. Wakati huo huo, Magoha ameeleza kuwa mpango wa kusambaza sodo katika shule za umma tayari unaendelea, huku ukitarajiwa kuwafaidi zaidi ya wanafunzi milioni 1 kutoka shule za msingi, ilhali wale wa shule za upili kufaidika hivi karibuni iwapo mazungumzo ya ushirikiano baina ya serikali na kampuni ya Safaricom yatazaa matunda.
And I've been fortified because in some of the schools that I went to, I found that the return was 104% plus. Even here, I think it's close to 100%. 100% because some of them may have transferred, but they got a net internal transfer from other schools. So I think as far as return to school is concerned, there are very few children that we are mopping up, mainly our daughters and granddaughters that are either ready to have kids and they have been allowed to rest for a few more weeks, and those who have just delivered the children and are nursing them, and they will come back to school very soon as they are ready to do so. The second point I wanted to make is that we are basically mopping up the issue of the desk delivery, the 625,000 desks. We are towards the end of the process. By this weekend, many counties will have reached 100%. What we'll continue to do is to pay them as per our own regulations after due diligence. So if you hear that the pay is delayed for a while, it is because we want to make sure that the right person is paid with proper documentation. The second point I wanted to talk about this morning is about sanitary pads, which I am now told has reached all the regions in the country. I'm glad to say that even here in Mombasa, they have received them. Yesterday I was told that in Taita Taveta, when I was in Voi, that they have received them. Each of the girls that is eligible will get a pack for 9 months. There are 1.7 million odd girls, we have counted them, in primary schools that are eligible. As far as secondary school is concerned, we are talking very actively and very quickly with the Safaricom Foundation, and we shall be getting back to you soon. In terms of the school feeding programs, I just want to add from what I said before, that the children in grades 1 to 3 in the slum areas, slums in Mombasa, in Malindi, and in some of the coastal areas, will also have fortified porridge. It's made of soya and other essential ingredients. And that food is on the way, if it has not yet hit the road, so the children will be able to benefit from it. It's important to state that that is the food that encourages the brain to grow, so that a child can become intelligent in future. The brain doesn't grow throughout your life, it grows only in the early parts of your life. Perhaps the last thing I want to say is that going forward, we are now going through the examination period. Starting next month, I would want us to shift our attention from the desk delivery to ensuring that our children are prepared for exams. As you are aware, the first part of the exams will start early in March. So the dynamics of examinations, which usually involve an interagency of government from the Ministry of Interior and all the other people, will be kicked off early next month. I want to thank my colleagues in government, all the cabinet secretaries, but particularly my brother, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, with whom we have walked a very tight rope as far as delivery of the desks is concerned. And all his staff in the field, from the regional commissioners to the county commissioners, right down up to the assistant chief, who is actually the constant for ensuring that all the children come back to school.
Hata hivyo, Magoha ameonekana kuwasuta baadhi ya vyombo vya habari kwa kile alichokitaja kuwa wanatia siasa katika swala la usambazaji wa barakoa, huku akisema kuwa kutengezwa kwa barakoa hizo utachukua mwendo wa kobe. Wanafunzi walioathirika na machafuko ya kiusalama eneo la Kapedo wameahidiwa kushughulikiwa vilivyo ili waendelee na masomo na kuwahi kufanya mitihani yao ya kitaifa.
Come back to school. I would like to say something about masks because I'm hearing a lot of the usual politics about masks. All the children going to school in this country have masks. We have told you for the umpteenth time that the masks that were received from this UNICEF and KCB Foundation were utilized in the wisest manner to ensure that the children in the slums are masked. The other masks that are going to come from the Ministry of Health, we are not going to distribute them on day one. It shall not be done under my watch. We are intelligent. We are a smart government. At least the government has some smart people, and I want to feel that I'm one of them. When we start receiving those masks, they are going to be stored in regional banks so that as we continue, we have two ties of office, actually three ties of officers. We have the Ministry of Interior, we have Teachers Service Commission, and we have my line officers, both education officers and quality assurance officers. They are on the ground and they'll be watching. Any school that requires masks, that deserve them, shall have the masks delivered to them. So let us stop politicizing this issue for cheap publicity in order for you to sell your newspapers. As I speak now, the masks are being made. They'll be delivered in phases. When they are delivered, we shall receive them in public and we shall call you to see that today we have received so many masks from the Ministry of Health, and this is how we are going to distribute them for storage purposes. For example, there's going to be a mask bank here in Mombasa. And my instructions are very firm that we shall look at the schools in the slums first. In Likoni, in Bangladesh, and any other slums that may require those masks. So stop politicizing them. And it is only a person who doesn't think that will, if you have 10 shillings, then you buy bread worth of 10 shillings and you eat it all at the same time. Instead of buying bread for 50 shillings, for 5 shillings, the way they used to buy when I was young, and you keep on doing so. So I want to assure the country that every child is masked and that there should be no problem. And as we move along, the issue of masks should not be politicized. There's one particular outlet who thinks we have taken the masks and sold them. They have not even been made. And I have advised that they should be made slowly, so that whenever there is a crisis, I have masks to give. So this should be published the way I have said it. Don't add your own.
Ikiwa sasa ni wiki ya 3 hadi kufikia leo tangu shule kufunguliwa, licha ya changamoto nyingi zinazoikumba Wizara ya Elimu, haswa katika ufunguzi wa shule hizi baada ya kuweza kupata likizo ndefu kwa watoto baada ya kuingia kwa janga la COVID-19. Hata hivyo, Waziri wa Elimu Bwana Magoha amedokeza tu kwamba licha ya changamoto hizo, watoto ama wanafunzi wameonekana kuweza kurudi shule kwa kiwango cha 99%, huku akidokeza kuwa wale ambao waliweza kuathirika au kuweza kupata ujauzito wameweza kurudi shule, kasoro wale ambao tayari wameweza kujifungua au wapo karibu kujifungua. Suala zima la mitihani vile pia ameweza kulidokezea kwamba ifikapo mwezi ujao itakuwa ni matayarisho ya awamu ya kwanza ya mitihani ya kitaifa, huku akiwataka wazazi kuwa waangalifu na kuzidi kuweza kuwapa ile motisha wanafunzi katika kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba wameweza kufikia azma zao za kimasomo. Nikiripotia Ashifa TV, jina langu ni Sofia Abdullahi.